Hello everyone and welcome to My Hobby Home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. What I am doing today is responding kind of to a comment. I had received a request to see some updates on the land that I love, so I thought I would bring you guys along just for a little snippet of kind of what I do behind the scenes. In November, we were sewing our little blue and white dandy star. And then in December, we were sewing our red and white dandy star. You will see right here, I have the blue and white on the top and the red and white on the bottom. So what I am doing right now, our first step in assembling, I'm going to try to start assembling as I go with the colors. So, you know, when I'm able to, because some of them do require the sampler stars, and I can't assemble until I have this enough sampler stars. So right now what I'm doing is making the 4 patches. The 4 patch is where I take one of the blue and white stars, and y'all remember mine are backwards. I did my stars based off of the block pattern and not the quilt pattern. The quilt pattern, this would have been white and the white would have been blue. But what we do is we take one of our small stars in our kind of like background piece, and we're just making a 4 square, and I will show you how to do that in just a moment. We will alternate the rows or the 2 blocks to make the 4 block. And I don't know if we had this in part of our sew along that we are doing on Thursday nights on Tammy's channel. It's At the Siberian Wind. And we are coming together every Thursday night on her channel to kind of chit chat and sew along with one another. And we are doing it like 1 block or 1 repeated block at a time. For November, like I said, was the blue and white block. December was the red and white block. And then from here on out, every Thursday, we will do a separate sampler block. So what I'm doing right now is just finishing up getting all of the blue and white blocks with the accent or background fabric put together to make the 4 patches. And I will have to grab the one off the wall to finish this, because the ones on the wall is as far as my progress has gotten. All of those are done. And here we are doing our last 2 squares. And I will take those apart and let you see what I'm talking about. We have the 2 here. So what I am going to do is just trim these apart, and I will press them out and bring you guys right back. Okay, so I now have my 36 blocks done like this. So now what I need to do is take 2 at a time, alternate them like this, and sew them together. So that makes me have 18 4 patches. So that is what I am going to do right now. Let me make sure when I turn up, yep, that's going to be on the top left. So what I'm doing is I will put these together and pin them and then sew them together. And like I said, we're doing 18 of these. So I'm just making sure all my edges match. Everything comes together nicely. And I don't know if we had time. I think while we're working our sampler blocks that we were going to do some of the piecing, but I'm kind of slow at sewing my blocks, so I'm going on and doing some of the back work, you know, not necessarily making the blocks, you know, except for during the sew along. But what I'm going to be doing is doing like this kind of work. This isn't making one of the blocks. This is a block. That's what I'm talking about. But I thought I'd bring you guys along to see some of this. This is the only thing that I'm going to do on this because I don't want to get too far ahead and leave myself a little something because I was told, the person that asked about this says she's not able to make the lives on Thursday night. The lives are recorded and you can still go watch them on the channel. It's just a replay. But I don't mind bringing you along and, you know, doing a little video on the land that I love, so you can see it. Now, I am going to take this one off and go on and press it and put it back here so you can see what I am working on. But it shows that our seams are to be pressed open. I'm not a very good open presser, but I'm going to try because oh, and y'all suggested I get a mister. This is the little bottle that I got, and it works great. I like that it doesn't drown my fabric, but I haven't yet figured out how to control it. And also somebody asked about the clapper. When you have to open seams like this, this is the perfect time to use the clapper because this is kind of hard to do, actually. It is for me anyway because I have such a small area here and I'm trying to get this all pressed out in such a small area. But I am pressing that seam open because that is what the instructions say to do. And I'm sure there is good reason for pressing these open. I'm sure that's where some seams are coming together or something. Okay, so this is what that block looks like. I'm going to go on and put it back here on my board. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that back there. So now we are going to just continue on sewing these together. So I will be doing a lot of pinning and a lot of sewing. And I am going to tell y'all, it is very late right now. So if I have a kitty cat that starts getting loud and on to me, y'all please know that he's telling me it's past my bedtime. And if I stay up, then he has to stay up. And he don't like staying up. But after my grandbaby left today, I ended up taking a nap for several hours because I didn't sleep last night. And she'll be coming back over. And I'm going to say today because it is after midnight. So today, she'll be coming back today. She's got to get, she has a little doctor's appointment today. And then, I don't know though. I don't know if I can keep her though because my plan, and I'm staying up late sewing, but because I've been working for several hours on my bathroom and I needed to stop. And if I sit down, I'm going to get tired and need to sleep. So I thought, well, let me come in here and get some sewing done. And I remembered that was requested to see some update on land that I love. And yeah, this is a beautiful quilt. It is so pretty. Even though I messed up on my colors, on my blue and white stars, it don't matter. They're beautiful. And I'm actually, y'all will have seen my trunk show before you see this. This is going to be my New Year's Day video. So you will have already seen my trunk show yesterday, and I hope y'all saw. I only got 8 completely completed quilts. Now, I know that's a lot. It really is. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you think I have a full-time job, and I am a very busy grandma. And there for a little while, I had grandbabies almost every weekend, which was very difficult, very hard for me. I love my grandbabies, but y'all, I am not young anymore. When I have them, I sleep like the whole next day because I'm just wore out. This Grammy is not as spry as she once was. I can fib to myself all I want, but I know it's true. I do not have the energy like these little old babies got. I tell you what, my little granddaughter, she didn't sleep good last night, but man, she has got some. Well, she woke up grumpy too, and her mama said that she had a little sore throat, and that she had a runny nose and all, so she was going to take her to the doctor today. And not because of that, but because now it's affecting her eating. She don't want to eat. And she's thinking it's because her throat's hurting. But she drank. So, I mean, you know, that's good. She's staying hydrated. But you don't want a baby to not feel good, ever. But, I don't know. I am still trying to get my house done. And that's what I was saying. I know I'm sewing right now, but it is literally 1:44 in the morning on Tuesday. So, I know I'm going to keep my grandbaby. I know I am. But I had really taken these 2 weeks to try to do a house clean out. And the plan was to keep my grandbabies too a little bit. Y'all, I've got a hair flying around my face. This is freshly washed hair, so it's kind of all over the place. I was working on scrubbing my bathroom up real good, and I got wet and dirty, and I'm like, well, let me just hop in the shower, and I'll clean the shower while I'm at it. So that's what I did. I hopped in the shower, give my hair a good washing, I got that hair right there. Gave my shower a good scrubbing down. I figure no better time than the present when you're taking a shower than to clean the shower. And y'all, let's see. Today is New Year's Day. I know everybody making resolutions, and I'm not. I am not making a resolution because we all know what we should be doing. We should be being a better person. Strive every day to be a better person. And that's what I'm going to do. But I'm not going to make that a resolution, because you should want to do that. You shouldn't have to have a new year to make you want to do that. And I don't. I always try to be a good person. Sometimes I fail miserably, but sometimes I actually succeed. Y'all only have to make 18 of these. You'd think they'd go by a lot quicker, huh? It's getting these matched up is what's taking me so long. These seams are so thick and bulky that it is hard to get them to nest. But once I do, I can get everything else to go the way it's supposed to. And seems to do really well. But I don't know about that press and open. That's just too big of a mess for me. I may just press them to one side or the other, because guess what? I can always flip it. It's the same exact block that's going to be going next to it, and I can always flip it so that seam's going the right direction. Because this press and open, now I had to check to make sure my mic was on, y'all. This press and open, no, I don't have time for that. But we have had an eventful week. Well, last week, end of week. Well, Saturday was my grandson's birthday. And then Sunday was his mama's birthday. So we had a good weekend. I know he did. He stayed with his other pawpaw all weekend. Because we had already had his little birthday dinner and all that. So, and my daughter wanted to go hunting over the weekend. So, he got to stay with his other pawpaw. I don't think he's ever stayed the night with me overnight. He has stayed with me, but just not overnight. And honestly, I don't sleep good when I got a baby in the house with me, because I haven't had a baby in the house with me in 23 years. Now, my son, his daughter, she'll come and stay the night with me. Not that she wants to, because she does not like her mama and daddy to leave her anywhere, because she doesn't see me enough to be comfortable, staying with me. Her other mama, though, let me see, what do they call it? They call her Shugs. She's fine staying with her Shugs, but she lives with her Shugs right now. So, I mean, her Shugs and her pawpaw are, like permanent fixtures in her home right now. So, she's pretty used to them. And she's just not used to my husband and I. She's more used to my husband, I guess, because he reminds her of her pawpaw. So she'll go to him, and she'll come to me too when there's a lot of people around. But she does not want, at first, she does not want her mom and daddy leaving her. Last night, they stayed the night for my son to go to a job interview. And it was the strangest thing. He got offered the job, but everything he has applied for has been for a full-time position, but they offered him a part-time position. And he can't make it on a part-time position. So he's got several other, as they say, irons in the fire. So he had to decline that, and he had to call his unemployment worker and just let him know, look, everything he's applying for is full-time. He don't even know why they pulled his application to interview him, especially if they knew they were only going to offer part-time, and they couldn't guarantee 32 hours every week either. So he's like, he just could not. That was something he just could not do. And I understand. But the house they're in right now is my daughter-in-law's parents' house. And her stepdad has taken a position in Arkansas. And so the house they're in right now is in Mississippi, and it has sold. And they have to be out of the house by the end of January. So he's trying to find a job over here to where he can just move over here. And he's like, you know, they may have to stay. Well, with me is kind of going to be hard because all I have really is that one bedroom, and it's so full of baby stuff, which part of it's going to the shed today. I'm going to say today because it is going to be today. Today is New Year's Eve, and that's what I'm going to be doing because New Year's Day, I'm not doing anything. Because I'm going to cook my food tomorrow because I know a lot of people, they're like, oh, I don't believe in wives' tales and superstitions and all that. I may not believe them, but I'm not going to play with them. My grandmother always said, whatever you're doing on New Year's Day, that's what you're going to be doing the rest of the year. Well, I'm just going to make sure I'm not cleaning or anything. I want to make sure I have everything done. So today, New Year's Eve, I've got to get all my laundry done. I got to get all my cleaning done, which that's not going to happen. The cleaning it, but I can get all my laundry folded and put away because it's all washed, and I can get my dishes put away because they're all clean. So I'm 50% there already. But the fact that I'm pulling stuff out and getting rid of stuff, yeah, that's making a mess. Right now my bathroom is still in a shambles, but that's because I've got to get my husband's power tools out because I need to use them for a little bit. I'm hanging shelves, and I've got to cut some wood to create a brace so I can hang a shelf on the wall. And I live in a mobile home, a double wide mobile home, and you know, the walls and stuff really aren't very supported to hang a shelf. So what I'm doing is creating that support, and I'm going to screw it into what is there in the cabinet, because what I'm doing is hanging a shelf on the outside of a cabinet wall, and I'm going to build supports on the inside of the wall so I can screw into the supports that I put up instead of just screwing into the wall that's there, because it wouldn't hold it. And I don't use the anchor things because this isn't drywall. Okay, guys, so I have all 18 of my 4 patches done. So let's just see. Yep. Making sure everything's in order here. And we have 18 of these 4 patches. I am not pressing the seam open. I'm going to press them one way or the other and not worry about it, because this block can be flipped and the seam will be reversed. Okay, so that is it. I have 18 of my 4 patches. And what I'll do is I will press them, and I will make sure they trim out. Now, this is going to make my star area look different, because this is what you're seeing is the white. That's really what's standing out. And see, I would have white right here instead of the blue. But we're going to see how this turns out. I'm hoping pretty good. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me today on this New Year's Day. I hope you have a very happy and prosperous 2025. We're sweeping the old out and bringing in the new. I hope you opened your door last night to let the old year out and let the new year in. And remember that little saying I was telling you the other day that I saw? A friend of mine posted it and said, if you don't change your habits, that it's not a new year, it's just another year. So let's change some habits and let's make it a new year. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not yet. Click that notification bell so you don't miss a thing in 2025. I do respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day and a very happy new year. Thank you guys. See y'all later. Bye.